WATC World Darts Championship. We've got a trio of second round games to get stuck into. Michael Smith, former world champion, he takes on Niels Zonneveld for the right to face Johnny Clayton in round two. Chris Dobby's up against Goldfinger Andrew Gilding, and Stephen Bunting and takes on Nitin Kumar, who produced such a brilliant, lovely story with his opening round win, the first ever Indian to win on that stage. Winner of that one will take on James Hurrell in round three. Hurrell, who this afternoon put in a magnificent performance to beat Dirk van Dijvenbode. Ryan Searle imperious in his win over Brendan Dolan. Andreas Harrison, despite the histrionics of Motumu Sakai, he's having none of it, was he? Harrison gets the job done and wins nicely. And then Ricardo Petresco survived a match start against Dave Chisnell. Did lead 2-0 Petresco. Looked one-way traffic, but fair play to Chizzy. We saw the old Chizzy back this afternoon in a patch. Can he continue that in the year ahead? But it was Petresco went through by 3 sets to 2. Mark Wilson is alongside Chris Mason and Paul Nicholson. Chris, I'll start with you. I didn't do a game with you this afternoon. You did that Harrison game. He was having none of it, was he, the Swede? He didn't look overly happy with all the waiting around he had to do this aft.
Yeah, and that was key. Me and Nico discussed it. He's one of the kind of guys that you're not going to get under his skin no matter what you do. And he was almost sort of not laughing at him in trying to mock him, but sort of going, "Oh, he's funny, this kid." Yeah, he's the worst kind of player in the world to play against, Harrison, because you can't get anything out of him. He literally is just rock solid, stoic, and didn't play his best darts today. So we know, me and Nico watched this guy for years and years. He's got a good game in him, and it's going to come along at some point, right, Nico?
Yeah, that's the thing. He hasn't played his best yet. He's played good plucky darts, but when he starts playing irresistible quality, which he has, then my word, what could happen next?
Yeah, we've seen him average 117 down on the Super Series. This guy, he's hit 9 darters. He's won the Champions Week, where that's a formation of 12 weekly champions who then battle out to win, to be the champion of the champions, and he's won one of those. And the level of play down there is the next tier down, we know that, but it's still super tough.
It is proving, though, to be a very good breeding ground, isn't it? Harrison through, he'll take on Ricardo Petresco, racing to that early lead, Chris. And Paul and I were watching it backstage. He went on that blitz of 180s Chisholm.
Yeah,
it was like the old Chisholm.
Yeah, he hit 11, but the problem he had, although the 11 180s were absolutely fabulous, it's what he was doing, Nico, either side of the maxes. And then what them 180s become hundreds, if you know what I mean. They don't have as a big enough effect because they're sandwiched either side, an 85 and a 59 or a 55 and a 41. And Petresco, listen, we both thought he was going to win that game. We thought he was just too solid, and it's positive for Dave. He's obviously gone away and grafted hard building up to this, because his game was in bits a couple of months ago, wasn't it?
It was, and I think there was a point in that game where Dave went back-to-back 180s in 2 legs, and he didn't win either leg.
No.
It was just really, really weird. So when someone has 11 180s against someone who has none, and the person with none wins the game, then we've got to start looking at the qualities from the player who doesn't hit the maxes. And the most impressive thing about that win for Petresco today, it was winning against Dave when he's doing his best things in the scoring against this crowd that were against him. He showed maturity. He really needed his girlfriend in the crowd and his friends to be there as a comfort blanket to tell him what to do. When his brain was saying explode, he decided not to. He was calm, and when it came to the crunch in the last set, he won it by 4 legs to 2 because he was a better finisher in the right moments.
Yeah, Chisnell did miss a match start, double 16 on the end of a 1-4-3 combo.
It was 60-51, and it was right on the wire at 32, yeah. And that would have been typically Chisnell. And had he won that, he would have been dangerous, because what happens if, when you lack confidence, you lack belief, you don't trust yourself. If he'd have won a match like that, that's the trigger, Nico, that players need. We know it because we were the same.
Yeah, it's, oh wait, I still can. We know that Dave can, but intrinsically, he's got to believe it. And there were parts today where he did. He just didn't quite get there.
Yeah, I think all in all, positive despite the defeat for Chisnall.
Absolutely.
Yeah, a better day at the office and hopefully a sign of things to come. Right, let's have a look what we've got coming up tonight. 3 more second-round ties. Michael Smith against Niels, Zonneveld, Chris Dobby against Gilding, Bunting against Kumar. We'll start off with game 1, Mace, if we can. Michael Smith, former champion here. On the road to redemption, Niels Zonneveld, this could be a tricky one.
It is. It is a potential banana skin. Zonneveld beat Hupapuap with a 92 average. It's pretty much bang on his seasonal kind of numbers. It's what he does. They've met before, but they've not met in over a year, I think. The head-to-head is 4-1 in favour of Smithy. The bookies ain't got a clue here. The odds compilers who effectively do what me and Paul does and crunch numbers and try and make some kind of sense of it. I thought Michael played all right against Lisa Ashton, who he knows very well. They're good friends, and he handled that well, I thought, because that's the wrong kind of game for someone who's struggling. He's been away, he's had his injections, he's playing pain-free. He's still averaging for the season nearly 93, despite having all the problems he has on the hockey. They go 5-6 about Mike Smith and 10-11 against Zonneveld. They don't know. Me and Nico think we know. And I think Smith's going to show up tonight. I think he's going to play well.
I think this all depends on what Michael Smith we get today, because if he has one of his good days, as in no pain, no discomfort, then he will open his shoulders, go up there and just let fly. He's got nothing to lose, really, because let's face it, if he's not having a good day, we're going to see it and we're going to communicate it to our audience very quickly. Is Michael Smith having a good day or a bad day? We'll know at the end of set 1. But Zonneveld, in order to have progression in his career, he's got to start winning games like this.
Yeah, and Zonneveld's range is too big for me. His numbers for the season are solid. It's that range that bothers me. Can he average 105? Yeah. Can he average a 75? Yeah, absolutely, he does.
Yeah, interesting make-up that opening game, and as Chris suggested, the odds are pretty tight. Good luck to them both. Chris Dobby dropped a set in beating the Chinese qualifiers Ao Chen Zong. Andrew Gilding also a 3-1 winner in the opening round against Cam Crabtree. You'd expect Dobby to win, Nico, but Gilding's a live threat here, surely. Yeah,
Dobby's record here for the last few years has been exceptional, but Gilding is dangerous. He was really good in round 1, nearly 100 average, and Chris is fully aware that Andrew is going to turn up tonight. You have to prepare for the best version of your opponent that you can think of. So that's what Chris will do for game 2 tonight. He will expect Gilding to hit a lot of maxes, stick that thumb in the air, and he'll be hitting a lot of tops and 10s. If he expects Andrew not to turn up, this is where Gilding could possibly make it through to post-Christmas darts. But everybody in this building, everybody who loves this sport, is expecting Chris to make the next round because he's just so good here. He's made the quarters at least for the last 3 years. And in his section of the draw, people are expecting him to make at least the quarters this time.
Yeah, averaged 92.81 in his opening game against Zong. He looked all right. He did drop a set, but I think he just sometimes you just got to accept that, and that's what Dobby does very well. His seasonal numbers are outstanding. 96.72. It's a 180 pretty much every 2.9 legs. He's a machine in that term. He's hit 606 this season. 241 for Gilding, and he loves the Max Gilding. He was brilliant against Crabtree, wasn't he? 131, averaged pretty much 98. His seasonal numbers 93.46, and he's got a winning record against Dobby, 6-5. But Dobby's won the last 3, and this version of Dobby I think is just too much for Gilding. I've gone Dobby to win most 180s because of what I've just told you. That's 4-6.
One thing I love about Andrew Gilding more than anything else is his sheer oblivious nature to everything that we talk about. We could talk about his seasonal numbers, his 180s.
He's not got a clue
what his opponent is doing, and his usual response is it?
He's like a modern day Ronnie Baxter.
Yeah,
absolutely
very much so.
Clueless.
The ultimate empty head. but in the best possible way.
And they are the worst people to play against.
He
Nico.
could play against Jesus Christ on Christmas Day. We'd say it's his birthday, you know, and he'd say, is it?
Who's that?
That's the kind of person he is.
What does he do?
Well, okay, right now we've got the self-anointed People's Champion against what I think is the People's Champion. Bunting against Kumar, the matchup nobody saw coming. One of the real highlights of round one, that win for Nitin Kumar against Richard Veenstra, 3-2. Such a powerful performance for him. The question, Chris, can he raise anywhere near that level again? Look, I don't expect him to win, but I hope he does himself justice.
Yeah, I'd love him to win, and that's nothing against Stephen Bunting, but I think the world of Nitin Kumar. I've seen him, what he's had to go through, and how he takes his opportunities. He put 10 points on his season average in that match, and I love that, because you should be inspired. You should play above and beyond what you're capable of here, because it means so much. And it was a great win against Veenstra, who's a good, solid, he's a proper pro, is Veenstra. They've met once before, so they know each other's game a bit. They met in Bahrain in January, and that was a tournament that Bunting went on to win. So he'll be open here to beat Kumar again, because there might be a bit of a theme. Yeah, he went on to beat Gezi in the final in Bahrain, 8-4, in a bit of a job on him. He's 33-1 on Bunting, and rightly so. I mean, he's a baller, but his TV form, I can't ignore it, because it's so poor.
All I'm going to say about this is I expect Stephen Bunting to win this game, but he's going to lose the walk-on, because as much as everybody loves what Stephen does on the walk-on, and he will try and conduct them as best he can, not tonight.
It's not as good as Bollywood, baby.
It's not, because when he walked out in the first round, Kumar, this place went nuts. For all the right reasons, in a sport that is, and I will be honest here, it's predominantly, over the last 50 years, been a Central and Northern European sport, and predominantly white.
Yeah.
Not anymore. This is one of the most cosmopolitan sports in the world, and everybody will be waiting for that music to pop tonight. They can't wait for Kumar to walk.
And Bunty had a real scare against Białecki. Like a real scare.
2-0, first two sets outstanding, but after that, he was on the back foot.
And that's been a bit of a theme of this tournament, hasn't it?
Yeah.
It's never over. Set play, you know, your instant reaction, it's like, oh, they're 2-0 up, it's all over. Not in set play.
Who was the best finisher in round one? Nitin Kumar.
Yep.
End of story.
Yeah, he matched your record, didn't he, Nico?
Not quite.
No, you know.
He had 9 from 12.
Yeah, not 9 from 11.
Not 9 from 11.
It was close though, pal.
Yeah, it was close. Yeah, and he did it better.
And one of my records is gone as well, isn't it? Losing to the oldest man.
Did you hear that, Mark?
We've still got the copy of the book where you're still in it, so we'll keep leaving that out just to give you a
Thanks,
reminder
pal.
every now and again.
But yeah, I'm going Bunty. I think he wins 3-0. 1-2.
Very good. Mace will be back with Murph tonight for game 2. That should be an absolute cracker as well. Right, John McDonnell, the MC, is making his way onto the stage. We're getting ready for another 3 games. You'll hear them all live and exclusive on the talkSPORT app and on the talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel as well. Please like and subscribe. Niels Zonneveld, he's up next. He's taking on the former champion of the world, Michael Smith. Smith just giving his pre-match interview on the big screen. Who's going to prevail? Will Bully Boy make it through to round 3, or will it be Niels Zonneveld who faces Johnny Clayton post-Christmas? All will be revealed here at the Alexandra Palace tonight. The draw really starting to come together now. We'll be down to 32 by the time we close on the 23rd of December, and then the battle will well and truly be on to become the new PDC World Darts Champion and the proud owner of the Sid Waddell Trophy and a cool £1 million. All that to come. Mark Wilson and Paul Nicholson for the opening game of the night. It's the Bully Boy, former champion here, former multiple finalist here against Niels Zonneveld, a player who's on the rise, a steady rise to success. Let's hear from our MC then, John
Hello
McDonnell.
and a very warm welcome. You've joined us live on Sky Sports from the Alexandra Palace, London. And the second round action of the Paddy Power World Dance Championship, all brought to you by the PDC. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for the thousands joining us live and the millions joining us around the world, it's time to meet the players. Ladies and gentlemen, taking part in his 5th World Championship, the winner of 2 development tours and a World Series quarter-finalist. Would you please welcome Niels Zonneveld!
Party time at the Palace. Niels Zonneveld makes his way onto the stage. We hope Pur in his opening match, hoping to go deep in this competition. Zonneveld in his dark blue darts shirt makes his way onto the stage. Looks pretty happy to be up there again. Will he be happy in around about an hour's time? Will he be safely through to round 3, or will his World Championships be over? Seen a bit of a new side to Niels Zonneveld, I think, at the minute.
He's been doing a lot of work with his close friends in the Netherlands to try and improve every side of his game. And that, in this tournament, is a little bit of crowd engagement, trying to get as many fans as possible, because he's up against the former champ Bully Boy tonight. Could be one of the biggest games of his career if he can get off to a decent start and go toe-to-toe with the man who's been to the final 3 times in his career. Things are about to get really interesting on Saturday night.
Ladies and gentlemen, from England, taking part in his 15th World Championship, the winner of the Grand Slam, a World Cup champion. Ladies and gentlemen, the former World Youth Champion and the former Champion of the World! Let loose the Bully Boy, Michael Smith!
Great to see Michael Smith back enjoying big-time darts again after a rough period for him. Plummeted down the rankings with defeat to Kevin Dukes here a year ago. But just signs in the last month or so that the Bully Boy is on the charge, back up the rankings. Gets on the stage with a smile on his face, a high five and an embrace from Niels Zonneveld. The Bully Boy is back, and I have to say, Paul Nicholson, he can never ever get tired of being introduced as a former champion of the world.
Never. That's what you work for your entire career, to have something that's eternal. Luke Humphries said it best: the money can run out, but the title never ever runs out. He did have that big rankings drop just a year ago. It is a record £485,000 drop. But now that it's gone, there's less pressure on his shoulders. But every time I hear that song in this place, Mark, I get a flashback to when he won this title. And this place serenaded him with that tune. He's still only 35. He could still have a good 15 years and even more in his career. But he's never been 151 to want to win this title, that's for sure.
No, he hasn't. Niels Zonneveld, the left-hander, 27 years of age, ranked 44 in the world. He's never been past this stage. This will feel like a good opportunity for him. And a player that we're now used to seeing getting further on the European tour and things like that. He's starting to really come to the fore now, Zonneveld. And whilst it's not been a rapid ascent, it's been a a slow and steady one, but he is ultimately a player going the right way.
Yeah, they're the sustainable improvements that players like Niels need. He's almost like the Dutch Richie Edhouse. But Zonneveld's still in this tournament. Edhouse is not. So what can he do against Michael, who, let's face it, has had his troubles in 2025. They're very well documented. It hasn't stopped him from working very hard on the dartboard. And we're about to find out what that hard work will yield, maybe over the next hour.
Race to 3. Sets, 3 legs to win a set. You're live on the talkSPORT app and on the talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel. Bully Boy right in the middle of the red bit to kick off the night. A sign surely of things to come.
Wasn't good for Dave Chisnell, was it? He got 11 of them and he did not get the victory. Maybe Zonneveld has got to play this game the same way that Ricardo did in game 4 this afternoon. Haha, the cheers of, okay, we can wait for the 9-darter as long as it comes. But I think Zonneveld isn't as big a scorer as Bully Boy. But if he can out 140 him tonight, he'll have a very good chance. Okay, why didn't you just go toe-to-toe with him then? 180 apiece in the very first leg of the night.
Yeah.
56.
Only 56 for Bully Boy, so 96 behind here. Zonneveld. He's got 80 with 2. Oh, nice switch to the 18s. 134. He's down to a finish. Smith just out of range on 184.
He's in range now, small 20, but the cover is good in the 19s until dart 3. So he only walks away with 80 to leave 104. Zonneveld 146. Sails above the 60 with dart 1, then well below. 106 with 1. And another good cover on treble 18 to leave himself on 52. Smith 104, it'll be 4 16s, or indeed single 19. And I am really surprised he went that way, Mark. He likes tops. Why didn't he go 16s there?
Yeah, strange. Zonneveld 52. He is 12 for tops. This for a breaker throw in the opening leg. Just underneath, double 10. Well found by Zonneveld, who looks across to the far side of the Alexandra Palace. And he does have an early break. A leg that had maximums at both sides of it. And it's 1-0 Zonneveld, and it's a breaker throw early on.
Indeed it is. Identical finishing in their first round matches. 9 hits, 25 darts at double for 36%. That's not the kind of percentage that's going to win you this title. It might be enough to win this game to get into post-Christmas. But the better average of the two in the previous round came from the left-hander at the hockey right now, which is Zonneveld.
41.
Yeah. A ton followed by 41. What will Smith follow his 60 with? Well, it's treble 1, single 20, single 20. So a bit of a light visit from Bully Boy here. His third trebleless visit of the match. Early advantage to Zonneveld. He's never going to blow anybody away, Zonneveld, but he's also going to keep biting around your ankles if you don't get rid of him.
He's got the respect of his peers. Over the last few years, since he first got through Q School, a lot of people said, who's Niels Zonneveld? Now everybody knows who he is, because he now commands your respect, because he does things like that. Second max for, well, he calls himself Triple Z because he zigzags Zonneveld. That's Bully Boy with 2 treble 20s and treble 1 till he 141, but Zonneveld with a 1-0 lead is in a better position on 120.
Needs a treble. He gets it. Tops for a 2-0 lead. Smith waits on 141. And he will be back because Zonneveld just underneath the top bar.
We've got memories of this shot, 141. It's not going to happen this time. Nice cover on the bullseye, but then the dart falls out of the board when he was going for the treble 13. That was a weird one.
It was. 2-10s for Zonneveld. Like Wade, the other left-hander, he's pretty good down that side of the board, and he's in at the first time of asking. And he makes it a 2-0 lead.
58.
At last year's championship, Zonneveld lost to Robert Owen, who miraculously looks like he's going to keep his tour card by the end of the season. He was the highest ranked player not to make it into the tournament at 63 in the world. But at this stage, Zonneveld 2 years ago, he lost to Ross Smith by the same margin that he lost to Robert Owen last year, 3-1, and that is his best run in this tournament. Safe to say that Michael Smith has been to the last 64 a few more times.
Yeah, finalist 3 times, a winner once. The greatest moment of his sporting career, without a doubt. 309 is significantly reduced there by 132 down to 177. Zonneveld on 320. Can't get to a finish despite hitting the treble 19. 96 scored for him, so Smith favourite to get his first leg of the match.
If my eyes don't deceive me, I think Michael Smith might have had a miscount, because when he went for the bullseye at the end of the last visit, he thought he was going to leave 167, not 177. Now, I cannot remember a time in his whole career, since 2011, when he first won a title, seeing him ever miscount. That's weird.
Yeah. Well, he's ended up on 154 after an indifferent visit. Can't get the treble 19 with the first start, does with the second, and a beautiful treble 18. And that gets him down to double 12. Zonneveld for the set, 164.
One treble 19, asking for another. Getting it, set dart at the ball. Oh, my word, that was in orbit. That's in a single 5. That was so far away.
Yeah, nearly missed it on the camera. Double 12 hit. Bully Boy, first start and a double is a successful one. It's 2-1 to Zonneveld, but Zonneveld has the throw in the 4th leg of the set. This to win the set.
If you're curious, Michael Smith has been to this stage of the PDC World Championship 14 times. But that is 3 times that Zonneveld has hit a max now. Smith has won 9 of his previous 14 last 64 matches, losing 5, but of course he's in the last 64. Most of the time he's been a seed, which is where they used to start.
Yeah, they did.
96.
Not anymore, they don't. They're in it from the first whistle here now. And it has led to some great ties over the opening round.
92.
Fans in great voice again. Zonneveld in command of the leg, 225 less these. 361 Smith.
140.
Good from Zonneveld.
I've just seen a really interesting card out there in the audience saying no refunds on Isaac. He scored at Spurs tonight.
75.
That's dreadfully timed. But this 85 for Zonneveld would be perfectly timed.
It would, although Smith's on 286, so he's not even entertaining the ball route.
45.
.286 shrinks by, ooh, not many. Well, that last start was chucked in with the enthusiasm not normally shown by Bully Boy for the set. Zonneveld's missed 2 at tops, but he won't miss a 3rd time, and zigzag Zonneveld. A determined look over to his camp, raises his fist as if to say we're on the way. Bully Boy, not the start he would have wanted, but he's been here many, many times before. He won't be too worried by that start that sees after 1 set. Michael Smith Michael Smith nil, Niels Zonneveld 1. If you love your darts, whether it's league night, the local, or you're dreaming of a walk-on anthem, you'll know the right gear makes all the difference. Target Darts are the brand behind Luke Littler's rise. They've been with him from the start, crafting the innovative, high-quality darts he now uses on the sport's biggest stages. And now Target have taken the home setup to another level with the Omni Auto scoring system, instant accurate scoring, and a slick modern way to sharpen your game. So if you want the same equipment trusted by the most electrifying young talent in world darts, visit targetdarts.com and get on top.
It needs to be magic. It needs to be magic. Magic.
180.
Luke Littler gets on target.
Palace, and we're live in North London once again on the talkSPORT app and on the talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel. Michael Smith beaten in the opening set of the game by 3 legs to 1. Niels Zonneveld is a third of the way towards a meeting in the third round with Johnny Clayton, who made it through without having to lift an arrow after Don Taylor was suspended. So, in the quarter of the draw that's really opening up quarter 2, Johnny Clayton is already through to round 3, and Niels Zonneveld, Paul Nicholson will feel that he's on stride to meet him.
That was a very good job, wasn't it? About 3% of an improvement from his previous round total performance in that first set. Pretty much a continuation of the doubling as well. So that was very, very impressive from Zigzag Zonneveld. As for Smith, only got 1 dart at double. Just a little bit untidy at times. Hasn't got a 140 yet, just the 1 maximum. And he came back out on the stage a lot quicker than Niels did. So he knows that he's got to iron out the creases very soon. He does not want to have to dig so deep that he has to win 3 straight sets here on Saturday night. Zonneveld has never been more ready to win a game like this. Michael Smith has maybe not been as vulnerable as this since 2012, 2013, I'd say. But he has lost at this stage of this tournament. And it was only a short 12 months ago that he was losing to Kevin Dutz. But do we dare forget that he lost 2 consecutive years in the last 64 in 2020 and 2021 to Luke Woodhouse and Jason Lowe, one of Mason's old pals.
Yeah, I remember that low game very well.
Jason played really, really well that day, and Michael just couldn't do anything about it. He would subsequently win his next 3 last 64 games, but it just goes to show, if you're slightly off your game, like it seems Smith is here tonight so far, there are many, many people who can topple you.
Yeah, that is it, and that's been the reality, hasn't it, over the last year for Michael Smith. He's not found the wins, for whatever reason, easy to come by, and he is a man who's on the back foot, but just signs he's stopped the slide and now looking to climb back up the rankings. Still to come, Chris Dobby takes on Andrew Gilding, and Stephen Bunting against Knitting Kumar. Well, that will be worth it for the walk-ons alone for sure. But here, Zonneveld is the man in charge, and we're starting to see a little bit more from him, aren't we, in terms of emotion? We saw that little bit of dancing at the start. He's making more of an effort, I think, to become have that connection with the fans.
I think they're all trying to do that because they see the benefit of it when they watch other people do it. Dart players are a weird species. For instance, when Luke Littler started to win loads of stuff, Motor Super Series, he came here, made the final. Everybody said, what are those things on his feet? And then everybody started wearing them because they thought if they wear those shoes, they're going to turn into Luke Littler. Dart players, they start seeing players like Robert Owen, who beat Niels Zonneveld last year, having a bit of interaction with the crowd and maybe dancing a little bit like Tim Pusey last night. They think, well, I'll give that a try. You've got to be proactive, not reactive. Do what's right for you. You're either someone who wants to interact with the crowd, or maybe you want to be more Andreas Harrison and just play within yourself. But even he was waving his hands this afternoon.
Yeah, he's probably trying to stop him from putting his hands on the throat of his opponent. That's probably why he was waving his hands around. You don't get a lot off Andreas, but what you do get some pretty good darts. We'll be seeing him in the third round post-Christmas as well. Right. Second set underway here. Zonneveld is a set to the goods. Smith first to a finish though on the Zonneveld throw. He's down to 170, but Zonneveld on 200 is now weighing in. Can he fill it up for another max? That's 4 in 5 legs.
Wow, it's impressive. Smith needed the 170. Small 20 start. He's gone for the bull.
64.
Okay. Maybe he was trying to take the 70 off, but then he decides not to go for the second 25. First double 10 miss for Zonneveld. And he's missed it again on the left. Now he's 5s. He hasn't missed that one. He's having a tremendous game so far. If Michael Smith stays around the 88 average, it doesn't look good enough at the minute.
No, 1:14 to kick off the second leg of set 2. He's pumped, isn't he, Zonneveld?
You've got to think that you can win the game before you even throw a dart on the stage. And I'm talking about the practice darts as well, Mark. If you don't think you can win the game, you probably won't. But we can see from the body language of Niels that he believes he's going to win this game. That's more like it from Smith. A 174 to leave 187 after 6.
Yeah, Zonneveld having a bit of an off leg here. He's behind. 364 for him. Smith, though, is piling in here. 137 to leave 50 after 9. Impressive stuff from the bully boy.
Now, before anybody gets any ideas, he's not going to go for the bullseye for a 10-darter.
I was watching a bit. This is how sad I am. Well, let's just see this out. Oh, is it treble 6 for double 16? And he hits double 16. Now, I didn't realise I'd walked into an exhibition. I thought this was a serious game of darts, but I think he was going for 10 or treble 10, was he?
Oh, my word. Okay, let's explain this. He had 50 left after 9. 100. You think he's going for a 10, when in fact he has got form for going for treble 10, double 10. He's missed it. He's hit treble 6 and then double 16. It's a bit weird. It's one of the strangest 12 darters you'll ever see and hear on the talkSPORT network. But it does come with precedent.
Fair enough. Yeah, I was just going back. I was watching a video this morning. I forget the guy's name. He needed 50. 3 darts in hand. He was playing Wes Newton. And he just walked. He was an Asian player.
Royden Lamb.
It was Royden Lamb. And he just walked up and hit the ball, and nobody could believe it. And the look on Wes Newton, I thought Wes was going to fill him in. He literally looked and said, I do not believe you just did that.
That's what Royden used to do, one of the best players from Asia. He was the first person on the Pro Tour to hit 3 double tops. Did it against Rod Harrington's son Ryan. Tops, to win 6-5. And Ryan's looking around as if to say, did he just do that? Oh, he did, and not a flicker of emotion.
Smith threatening to break here. Zonneveld 271. Smith's already down at 129. The scoring just starting to go up from the man from St Helens, and a yelp from Zonneveld has not left himself on a finish. So 129 and 2 visits at it. 19 hit, treble 20 hit. He's going to go for 10. Yes, this time he hits the 10.
So why go for treble 10 when he's got 50 with 3 darts in hand, but when he's got 1, he'll go for single 10? Go figure.
Like, will you require 40?
Yeah. Well, tops his hit, and that is a first Smith breaker throw. It's back-to-back legs for Smith. Leads 2 legs to 1, raised to 3 legs to win a set, and it's Zonneveld who took out the opening set. But I think this has been a likeable response from the bully boy, whose average in the set and in the match is climbing.
Yeah, when your average in the set is 112, that's pretty likeable. And Zonneveld's not having as good a set. These guys are setting their stall out for a very long game. We don't mind. If it's anything like Chisnell against Petresco this afternoon, sign us up.
Well, Smith has got plenty of support here tonight. 135 takes him down to 268. Zonneveld on 361. Zonneveld trying to get an opportunity to get back into this leg and in this set. But at the moment, looks like we're going to end with both players having won 4 legs on a set apiece.
Smith on 268, starting downstairs. Treble 19. He'll go for bull with the last dart. Misses it high and left into the 12, so he doesn't leave a finish off the back of 4 19s. The thought was right. 3rd dart just wasn't executed very well. 180 left.
Yeah, maybe okay anyway. May still get. Ooh, now that's a good last start from Zonneveld, and that gets him down to a 167 finish. So Smith here has got to lay this up and hope that Zonneveld doesn't hit. And it's not a great layup.
85.
Last start saves him 85, but still not a given on 95.
Not at all. Zonneveld 167 has the first set in the bank. Can he take us all the way in set number 2? He's going to need a mistake from Smith, or should we say a miss, because getting 95 is brilliant. Missing it sometimes isn't a mistake. 2 double 19s off the single. Misses the first one. All he can do is lay up for tops off a single 17. Zonneveld 108 to make it 2-2 in set 2. Needs a treble right now.
Yeah, that treble is treble 20. It was an open target, he couldn't find it. So Smith will have heard the click of the dart and no cheer, and knows he's coming back. And this is tops for the set and 1-1. And the crowd get right behind the former champion. You hear the roar from Bully Boy as once again he hits tops at the first time of asking and reels off 3 on the spin. Just the response that Michael Smith and his team would have wanted. But Zonneveld, who led by a set to 0 and a leg to 0, he's just been given a warning that Bully Boy is not going lightly here. Coming up next, Chris Dobby. He'll be in action against Andrew Gilding. Stephen Bunting against Nitin Kumar to come. But 2 sets in, nothing between them. It's Smith 1, Zonneveld 1.
It needs to be magic. It needs to be magic. It is magic.
180.
Luke Lickler gets on target.
Right here at the Alexandra Palace, 1-1 between Smith and Zonneveld. Race to 3 for a place in the last 32 at the PDC World Darts Championship. And it's been done for Smith on the back of some wonderful finishing, Paul Nicholson.
Yeah, he's 4 from 5, and that double top bed is getting a bit of a pasting right now. It's amazing how things can change in as little as 1 set, because Smith, averaging 86 in the first set, has lifted that by 10, courtesy of 107 set. Very well done there. Zonneveld has plateaued because for the tournament, he's on 92.57, for the game, 92.37, and he's 36% for the game and the tournament. That is a level that Michael Smith can beat now. We've just seen it. But it's about replicating that second set after the break. He's had a little bit longer backstage as Michael, but he's still back on the stage before Niels is. He's showing a great work ethic here, Michael. And there was a nice micro celebration when he hit that tops to win the set as well. He's ready to grind.
He is indeed. We're ready for a Premier League doubleheader on the talkSPORT app tonight. Everton against Arsenal live from 8, and Leeds against Crystal Palace also 8 o'clock. talkSPORT and talkSPORT 2 respectively for those two today. We're sticking with the darts here live at the Alexandra Palace. Every dart live on the talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel and on the talkSPORT app as well, all the way through to the final on January the 3rd. Who do you think is going to go on and win this game, Paul?
Well, have you got a coin I can flip?
Yeah, heads or tails?
Who's which one? I'm going to say heads, Michael Smith. Tails always fails. And even though I was impressed with Zonneveld in that first set, I just get the feeling that Smith is figuring this out. And when I see him putting in a 107 set, that tells me that he's able to do that for the rest of the night. The early indications are that Smith is figuring this game out. As long as he can find a decent first dart and do the right things at the right times, a la Michael van Gerwen, as he always says, I think Michael Smith has got this game in the palm of his hand. As long as he's got enough energy, enough belief, and I think he has. He looks pretty good at this stage.
Yeah, he does. Absolutely he does. And it is 1-1, and Smith averaging 96.51 thus far, and doing it pretty effortlessly. And I guess that was the worry we had. If Smith was to raise his game a level, would Zonneveld be able to go with him? He's played well, Zonneveld. He's more than in it. But you just feel if it carries on going the way it is, Zonneveld's going to run out of opportunities.
And we've got a wonderful view of Michael Smith from stage left here, and visually he doesn't look any different right now compared to when he won this title and was putting in silly numbers in beating Michael van Gerwen. And he had that wonderful 9-darter as well in the final, didn't he? But what we see is not what he feels. What he will be feeling, only he can communicate it. And if he's able to average 107 in a set with pain, my word, he's got my respect.
Yeah. Well, you wouldn't know it looking at him at the moment. Let's hope that he can carry on this little burst. 3 legs on the spin. He's got the throw at start of set 3. He's on 3-1-3. Zonneveld is on 3-10, and it's Smith at the hockey now, looking to get off to a flyer here in set number 3, and that is a 3rd maximum for the Bully Boy.
That was his best one as well. That second dart flattened out in the board, and it basically covered the 60, and he lobbed the 3rd one over the top. What a shot. 1-3-3 after 9. The number 28 seed on treble 19 misses it low, so single 14 left for tops. Surely it's academic. It's going to be 1-0 Smith when he comes back. He's been doubling that well.
Yeah, he has. And he's been on fire on tops. Hit it the first time of asking the last 2 legs. This for the hat-trick. And they go in front for the first time. Tops and 10s miss, but gets 10s with the last start in hand. So Smith remains visit perfect. And that gives him the lead in the 3rd set.
If there's one thing that young dart players anywhere in the world need to learn, is that there's no difference between hitting it first time and 3rd time if you've got 3 darts. Visit perfect is perfect, and that's perfect as well. If he's starting to sort out the maxes, Zonneveld's got a giant Ali Pali sized problem.
He has. That is a great start to the leg against the throw from Smith. Now, can he repeat the feat? Well, he's in the middle. He's in prime real estate here. He isn't on a 9. The crowd thought he was. It looked a well-thrown dart, but it took a wicked ricochet. Still, some of the crowd think he's on a 9. He's not.
He's not. He's on 181.
57.
He did leave 50 after 9 earlier in the match. People still thought he was on a 9. Look at the score sheet, everybody. It's still brilliant. He's on 54. Or is it 44 after 9 now? 47. Oh, I do beg your pardon. Everybody's getting confused here in London. But it's going to be 7 for tops. For a 2-0 lead in the 3rd. He is blitzing this set.
Yeah, that average is over a ton now. This is tops underneath, 10s. Ooh, inside. Now that, he's not happy with that dart. That was a poor dart by his high standards. Zonneveld 150. Can't get the treble.
Grits his teeth on that narrow miss on the 60, just high with the first 2, but a nice last one to leave 50. Smith, no hesitation on 5s. Straightforward, a centimetre high. Then a centimetre low. And a bust on treble 3. Zonneveld gets his wish.
He does. He was on for 11 darter. And he could lose the leg if Zonneveld can hit 2 10s. And he does hit 2 10s. And Zonneveld holds his throw, but only after Bully Boy had missed multiple darts at a double.
That's a little bit more behaviour from the start of the match from Zonneveld. How good was he on double 10 earlier? He's one of those lefties. They just love 10s. Wade, Mikkel, he was incredible on double 10 in the first round. 140 for Zonneveld to match the 140 start of Smith. We are locked at 1 set all and 1 leg all. As Michael goes bananas on the 60, even better than the previous 2 visits in this leg. He maxes to leave 181 for the 2nd consecutive leg.
Yeah, he does. Zonneveld from 3-6-1, nothing he can do here against the throw. 140, not enough. 181 for Smith then, right above the red bit. Oh, and again. Well, it felt that 3rd dart had to go, and it did go in 81. Zonneveld with a 140 would get level, but it would be Smith first in, and no signs yet Zonneveld can get the 140, although that's a good 2nd dart. Well, that is a great visit. He's turned that into a great visit, Zonneveld.
Best 140 of the match, that was extraordinary from Niels. They are locked in sets, legs, and score. Until now for Smith on 12s. His 12th darter gives him a 2-1 lead in the 3rd. Zonneveld was sitting on 81 and didn't even get a look. That was a brilliant leg of darts from both.
It was. Zonneveld starts off the fourth leg of the third set with a 1-7-7. 1 set each, 2-1. Smith leads set 3.
Every treble is getting a pounding right now. Zonneveld's turn to be on a 9. The place goes hush. The place goes ooh because he misses just low. They don't care who hits the 9 as long as somebody gets it, because somebody in there's going to get 60,000 quid.
Some of your favourite Simpsons characters here in fancy dress.
Groundskeeper Willie's here. I didn't realise he was coming.
No, didn't see him on the guest list, did you?
Do you know who Groundskeeper Willie supports in football?
Aberdeen.
Aberdeen.
Is that right? I didn't know that. That was a complete guess. Yeah. It's not just dart stats that are rubbing off from you now. 3-4-4 Smith. Zonneveld 130. Zonneveld then to level up the match, level up the set. Treble 20 leaves the bull. Doesn't need to go for the bull. Well, is he going to go for the bull? He's having a look.
Go for a 10. Go for a 10 here.
Go on, Niels. Hit the bull. Hit the bull.
Smith's on 2-4-8. Go for a 10. Good boy. Do as you're told. Make it 2-2 and take this set all the way.
You still haven't forgiven Rashad Sweeting for leaving double 7 last year, have you?
Never will.
He hit the 180 to leave 14 and it cost him the match. You've never forgiven him. Well, he left tops. He hasn't hit it, Zonneveld. This for 2-2. Oh, now then. Bet he wishes he'd have gone for the ball now. Maybe not.
Wipe that brow, if you please. My word, that was a close call. Michael Smith was sitting on 1-1-4 for the set if Zonneveld missed double 5, but he didn't. Great start to the last leg of this set. Smith's got the darts with 2 treble 19s and a 1-3-4 total.
Yeah. 99.73, plays 93 and a bit on the averages, but this has been a serious game of darts thus far. But Zonneveld only 41, and that now means that Smith is almost a century in front and more.
I've been doing a bit of research into personal best averages today. They both set their personal best in 2022, funnily enough. That's no surprise for Smith. That was one of the best years of his career. But as for this year, Niels has a better ceiling. 108.11 in Players' Championship 31 recently. Smith, he had his best game of the year against Luke Humphreys at the European Darts Grand Prix in Sindelfingen, but that was quite a few months back. He's had darts on the floor here, which Zonneveld could expose.
Yeah, he could. Oh, wicked deflection into the 360. Less 1-2-1. Good adjustment from Zonneveld, so he's only 9 behind, but Smith at the hockey now. Wins this leg, he wins the set, goes 2-1 up.
58.
Zonneveld wins it, he goes 2-1 up.
That was a gutsy play from Smith. He didn't stay on the straight 60 to leave the finish. The 19s didn't pay off, and he might pay for it. Zonneveld 19s. He's got 2 trebles. Got 125 left. That was really clever. 139 to leave a 2-darter of 100. Super smart from Zonneveld.
Yeah. Smith wants a 140 to leave double 16, but he's not found a treble. 112. So Zonneveld will look down and out early on in this leg. It's now going to get a pop at a straight 100 here. He hasn't hit the treble. It's a great marker. Does he stay there? Oh, he did, and it wouldn't go in. I think that was the right play to leave double 10, but he couldn't make it count. And now he's left tops, but will he get a go at it?
That's the question. Smith has 112 for the set. 60, yes. 12, yes. Tops, no. There was a big ooh in this place, because this audience know now this is just like this afternoon, where Michael Smith's pal Chisnell was close but no cigar. Zonneveld has tops for a 2-1 lead.
Crowd are getting into him, and he's just taking a long time here. Zonneveld walks to the hockey now. That was a nervy dart. 2 10s for the set. That was a great dart, and he turns round and lets them have it. He lets them have it. Nico's saying, calm down. Michael Smith's thinking, what are you doing up here? But he did let them have it. Fair play to Zonneveld. The crowd went after him, and he's given them a bit back. He leads 2-1.
Well, if it works for you, fair enough. But good luck in the next set, Niels, because they're going to go for you. It's just what they do. That is not what Petresco did this afternoon. He was calm. He did not fuel the fire of the audience. when he's on darts at double now, they are going to go for him. Let's see if he can keep them quiet with a 2-1 lead on the talkSPORT app and the talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel. This is getting very interesting.
You've changed.
What are you talking about?
Changed. You'd have been up there then. You'd have been giving it large. You're mellowing, man. You're mellowing.
I know. I had a 170 on this stage in 2012. I gave them all something to remember.
93.
Even Kim Hybrecht's on the stage. But then, do you know what he's done with these next 3 darts? He hit a
180.
180.
Yeah, he did. I don't think Bully Boy was impressed, was he? But I'm all for that. Come on, they're going to give him it. He may as well give him some back.
I'm not against it. I just think if you want to get the most out of yourself as a non-English player, sometimes you've got to play the calm card.
58.
But what we saw from Michael Smith at the end of that set when it was won by Niels, it was the same look that he gave Martin Schindler a couple of years ago when Schindler gave it large on the stage. He gave it the old side eye. And is this guy for real? Well, let's see if it works again.
Well, they're finally poised in this leg. 210 Zonneveld hits a 140 to get down to 70. 211 for Smith. 2-1. Zonneveld leads race to 3. So Smith has got to win this set to stay in the tournament.
That was a great last dart from Smith to leave 94. This is a great first dart from Zonneveld. Treble 14. He's missed double 14 right on the wire. Another shot at it. And he gets it. Well, well, well. What have we got here? Zigzag Zonneveld, 2 legs away from beating Bully Boy at the Palace. Who'd have thunk it?
41.
And Smith has failed at the start of this second leg with only 41. Zonneveld is believing that he could be playing Johnny Clayton after Christmas.
Absolutely is. And I tell you what, if he turns up and plays like this, it'll be a contest as well.
Look at the consistency. 93 for the tournament, 93 for the game.
41.
He's a 93 average player. This is what he does all the time. And even though his opponent's got a better average, it's an effective 93 average.
Yeah, very much so. 8 from 20 on the doubles, 40%.
They started at 36% each on the doubles because their numbers were identical from round 1. They're both at 40%. These guys are following each other. This game will be won by the finest of margins. Set 3 told you everything you needed to know. Smith missed the 112 on tops. Zonneveld took it out. This is you miss, I hit, and it will happen at the end of the match.
It's been a streaky game, hasn't it? Zonneveld won 4 of the opening 5, then back came Smith with a burst of his own. He won 5 of the next 6, and then 3 of the next 4 for Zonneveld. So Smith needs to go on a run to turn this around here. And he on throw is down to 170. Zonneveld 3-1-7, but Zonneveld is 2-1 up and a leg up on talkSPORT tonight on the app and on the talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel. Thanks for joining us there. Only 60 for Zigzag, so Bully Boy can afford to lay up. Or is he going to go for it? Get for it, Michael. He did, but he couldn't find it. The green bit. He'll be back for 25.
We already have more 170 finishes in this tournament than we had in all of last year's event. We've got 6 compared to last year's 5. 25 for Smith. Zonneveld leaves himself on 77 just in case. Double 4. Oh my. What did we just say? You miss, I will hit. It's such a strong mindset, but Zonneveld deserves credit for giving himself 77 off the max.
So single 19, single 18. Oh, he's hit the double. Just has to stop, recalibrate. Is that 22 left?
Double 11.
He's just checking now. It was a very safe single 18 attempt. That's safe. It went in the double. And here come the crowd again. Double 11 to move within 1 of the match. Zigzag Zonneveld's going nowhere. Hammers in the double 11. And that 180 to set up the 77 leaves Bully Boy on the brink of elimination.
The person who deserves a great deal of credit for the work that's been done with Niels is a guy called Kevin van der Voort, one of Niels' closest friends. He's the son of Vincent van der Voort. They've done so much work together to make Niels a better player. And if Niels wins this match tonight, one of the biggest games of his entire career, Kevin's going to be taking a lot of phone calls.
Well, I told you the tale before. A couple of years ago in the Czech Republic, Zonneveld lost out to Kim Huybrechts in the semi-final. He missed the dart to get to his first ever European Tour final, and it was a miss that also cost him his place in the European Championship. He was in floods of tears. You look at the player we're seeing now, he's been on a journey over that last 18 months or so.
He's got patience. It doesn't have to happen right away. It just has to keep getting better. And it is. Zonneveld is 265 points away from winning this match 3-1. He's on the 19s, got a treble. Then another one. Add to it. Another one. The confidence that's coming from this young man right now is like nothing we've seen from him before. Smith can max, but that might be his last visit in the tournament.
94 for the match then. Treble 18. He's found it right in the middle. 2 match darts to silence the Palace. 1 over the top. This for the match. And Zonneveld hits the target. He bounces across the stage. He celebrates for Michael Smith. His tournament is over, but that was a really good game of darts. 180 his last throw. Probably summed it up for him. 6 maximums for Smith, who averages a fraction under 98. We'll meet Johnny Clayton in the last 32 post-Christmas, but that was an outstanding start to the night. Led 1-0, was pegged back at 1-1, and was 2-1 down in the 3rd set. But crucially, he then went on to win the last 5 legs of the match, and he's won by 3-1. We are seeing a more mature, a more experienced, a more relaxed Zonneveld on the big stage. And it's great to see him celebrating such a big win for him.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest wins of his. Johnny Clayton for an extra £25,000 after Christmas. That was immensely impressive. What is happening today, Mark? We're seeing people having their best performances in their World Championship career all day long. Petresco, Hurrell, and now Zonneveld.
Yeah, we are indeed. It's catching. Will it continue tonight? 2 more games to come later on. Stephen Bunting will take on Nitin Kumar for a place in the last 32. But next up, it's a man who hasn't been eliminated before the quarterfinals in the last 3 tournaments. He even got to the semi-final last year. Chris Dobby, he takes on Andrew Gilding. Nico, word on your mate Dobby. How's he going to get on tonight?
I think he'll get there, but this is going to be a bit of a sticky wicket. I think he loses a set along the way, but he's going to have to find the maxes tonight. He's got to give himself a little bit of extra room at the end of legs. If Gilding makes a mistake, he's got to pounce, but give yourself enough chances. Get that first start in, score heavy, and make him worry.
We will hear from Niels Zonneveld on the talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel imminently. We'll post that as soon as we've got it, but he is through. Really good performance. 94.52 the average, 5 maximums, 43% on the doubles. Zigzag took the direct route tonight, and he wins in style. He's beaten Michael Smith by 3-1.